All right, dear friends. Good afternoon from here. The long-awaited date has come, and most of you has heard what happened in the courts of Finland. Prime Minister was actually given a 6 year sentence, but concurrently, that 6 years is not going to be served. Why? Because number one, they said they find him guilty of what is it called now? Cyber incitement, and that was just it. So I see a lot of media outlet there trying to twist the narrative that he was involved in terrorist activities in the southeast, which is a very big lie. Biafrans, I want you to understand that the 6 years is just 2 years and probably 4 months. One is that Prime Minister has not committed any crime under any country's watch. Number two is that he was defending Biafra's right. Self-determination in this country is not a crime. And then there is every reasons why this can be appealed. So they have allowed for appeal to be had. So the government is going to appeal for that case and see how far we can come. But because there was no substantial evidence to nail the prime minister and to jail him, I've never seen any country that jailed a terrorist or somebody who's said to commit out of terrorism for 6 years, and then 3 years is meant to be served, and he has served concurrently 9 months. So it doesn't add up. So what will add up is when the deputy prime minister and the USB government steps in and now go on another court hearing, and this time around is going to be an appeal to the verdict of the Hamid District Court in Finland. So that's what is going to be happening. So Simon still have a chance. Our Biafran brothers, we're not going to give up. We're not going to get tired. Nigeria has decided to drag Finland to the mud, and Alexander Stubb is the first man that will fight Biafra head on. And we will see how this is going to end. We don't come here to say things the way it's not. And Adadi Orama, thank you so much. Vam Ogenkere, we thank you people very much. We have seen your handwork. All the evidences you people went to submit against your own person. If you people finish in abroad, maybe you will still come to Biafran land, or you will live in abroad forever. Anyways, that is left for you. But thank you very much. Biafran said I should appreciate you people. Thank you people for your good work. You see this thing that you people did to us. You want to demoralize us. You want to know how downcasted we are going to be. We are not going to give up. We will never give up. Not on this earth we're going to give up. This fight of freedom for Biafra, we will never give up. Not on this planet Earth, I'm telling you people. So whatever you are thinking, whatever you believe system is, you can go on and believe it. But Simon եկպÁ will come out very, very soon, I'm telling you people. That's 3 years, 6 years is nonsense. I hear a lot of social media is on fire now. Oh, Simon has gone to jail because he was inciting terrorism. He was involved in terrorist attack. He was involved in this. It's all lie. So there's going to be an appeal by the government, and the government is not going to fold their hands and watch this go down. So we still have chances of Simon, our prime minister, coming out. So let's just keep it the way it is, and then.
Breaking news. Finnish court sentences Simon եկպÁ to prison on terrorism charges. This is actually a very bad and critical news coming directly, from Finland. And this is live because the whole issue and the whole court case has actually been going viral. We're going to go straight up to the news because this is actually a critical news and it's nothing, to be happy about. Without wasting much of your time, let us go straight up to the news in detail. The long-term Latin resident and one-time councillor in the Finnish city had faced a long list of charges, including participating in a terrorist organization and publicly inciting crimes for terrorist purposes, according to them. The Hamid District Court has sentenced Simon եկպÁ to 6 years in prison after finding him guilty of terrorism-related charges. The court ruled that եկպÁ Simon had participated in a terrorist organization and had publicly incited crimes for terrorist purposes. The charges relate to Simon èKPÁ's alleged activities aimed to re-establishing an independent state in the Biafran region of southeastern Nigeria, which was briefly independent in the late 1960s. In its verdict, the court said that Simon èKPÁ had used his significant social media following to stoke tension in Biafran region between August 2021 and November 2024. It also added that Simon èKPÁ was an influential member of a Biafran separatist movement which established armed groups aimed at bringing about Biafran independence by force. The district court's ruling further noted that Simon èKPÁ has supplied these groups with weapons, explosives, and ammunition through his network of contacts in the region, and he was also found to have encouraged his followers on social media platform X to commit crimes in Nigeria. Following this, Simon èKPÁ, a long-term resident of Lati and one-time local councillor, committed these crimes from the Finnish city. The verdict added, meaning the Finnish court has jurisdiction in the case. Simon èKPÁ had denied all the charges in court. Born in Biafra, he moved to Finland in 2007 as an athlete. The court on Monday also convicted him of aggravated tax fraud. This district court is not final, meaning it can be appealed to a higher court. Now, before we go into the issue of Simon èKPÁ, you have to know that Finland has actually failed the world. For anybody who believes in the rule of law, who believes in fighting for freedom, Finland has actually failed them. And we are surprised. I won't miss word about this. We are surprised that a country who fought for its independence is holding a man fighting for the independence of his own country. Whether he's doing it in exile, or whether he's doing it in Biafran land, or in Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, that is not the real motive. That is not the main issue. The issue is that, what exactly has this man done? You said he committed an act of terrorism-related activities. Terrorism-related activities, buying ammunition and all that. Let's even forget about the tax fraud issue, because the tax fraud issue is just a very simple issue that can actually be resulted. Almost every African person living in abroad who is making money, legally has issue of tax fraud. So that is not the issue we are talking about. We are concerned about the terrorism-related activities. Please, how else can someone fight for his freedom? Because in their comment, they clarify that he is fighting it by force. He is trying to gain the independence of Biafra by force. How else can you fight for the freedom of your people? You've used every diplomatic means, and yet it is not working. The same Finland failed to understand and failed to clarify the fact that Biafrans are being unalive on daily basis in Biafran land. I never saw them mention that. When has it become a crime known to the world to defend yourself? The zoo government will celebrate this. Musa will react to this in few days or few hours from now. I will be giving you the information, because in the last comment he made, he said we are working with the Finnish authorities. So it is now clear that the Finnish authorities are working hand in hand with the terrorist government that is annihilating and buying innocent people, causing all kinds of genocidal attacks. Because they have proven to work with the zoo government by holding the only person who has actually stood in the gap to prevent and defend his people. They're holding him. But that is aside. I know the case we go into a higher authority, Simon Ekpa will definitely appeal. They will appeal, and the case will go further. It's as simple as that. So it has not ended yet. I know it's actually a very bad start, but the reality is that it has not ended. It has not ended. This is just the beginning of the case. But I want you to understand that ndị na-agba ụkwụ hiri nne na Biafran land. Both those in Biafran land, both those, after all, the so-called people who testified in Finland were IPOB, the so-called IPOB members, the so-called people who claim that they are fighting for the freedom of Biafra. So this was even where the whole issue scattered. This is where the whole soup soured. Because there is a way these people walk in advanced country. They will take it that, oh, you people are not even united in fighting for the freedom of your people. So there is a division. So you are bringing Simon Ekpa as a scapegoat to carry out your activities because he refused to agree with your pattern of doing something. But that is by the way. We're going to go into full details of what really transpired in court. Stay tuned because we get the whole full gist and the video of what really happened in court.
To know which way forward, especially with the people that are concerned. So, in the coming days or weeks, Biafrans will be updated the way forward. Why the legal team will continue to push, exploring and using every mechanism or putting every mechanism in place to see what they can do for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku. The Pajetame District Court is a lower court in Lahti, Finland. It's a lower court, just like the Federal High Court in Abuja. So, but this is a district court in Lahti. So there is Court of Appeal, and of course, there is also Supreme Court. So they are going to explore all avenues to make sure that they get the best of the case for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku. I'm not going to say further, but I want everybody to calm down, hold yourself, umama polagi, especially ndinne, nandinna, the aged ones. Umama polagi, only even Twitter since morning. We say that now the way to freedom is always rough. On adowaga rough. But the good thing is, when there is light at the end of the tunnel, the only thing you have to do is to continue to push. Gather strength and continue to push. At the end, once you get to that end of the tunnel, then the sun will shine. The light will shine. So when undidi kulo no down, amapule anybody. Amapukule anybody. The case is not ended yet. Yes, the lower court has made their judgment. They has pronounced their judgment, which I do not in any way see the reason to that. I do not see any reason to that. Because if a developed country like Finland can jail a freedom fighter, so that means there is no hope. Is that what they are telling the other countries, other world, that there is no hope for freedom fighters? Trying to tell every other people who want to be free in the world. Are they trying to tell every other people that want to be free that there is no hope for freedom fighters if a developed nation can convict a freedom fighter? This is to show you the level the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom can go to stop Biafra. You understand? This is to show you the level the zoo can go, the level Britain can go to stop Biafra. So, Ogo say now, this has shown that Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku has been right all along. He has been truthfully fighting for Biafra all along. Now, for the Igbo politicians and so-called political leaders, I want you to understand, which you all know, that the zoo has been waiting for the outcome of this very case. If you people do not rise up, you call yourself Igbo political elite. If you do not rise up and demand for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, do not in any way think that there will be peace in the land of Biafra. We all know that the zoo has been waiting for this very case. I'm not going to talk too much, but moving forward, we will be updating Biafrans on which way to follow, which way to go. At least between today and tomorrow, we will be updating Biafrans on what to do. And from there, we'll find solution. I don't want to talk too much. I just came to give you this update. I'm supposed to come live since morning, but one thing or the other, especially meetings upon meetings, it has become very, very necessary that I have to make it very, very brief. Onye ọbụla jidu me n'aka, ekwena ka ịdị distracted because of this very news. It is not favorable to us. It is not favorable to freedom. It is not favorable to genuine freedom fighters all over the world and those who are hoping to be free after Biafra restoration. But of course, we all must understand na ije nwere onwe abụrụ ọgụ nne na-agbalụ nwa. Ije nwere onwe abụrụ ọgụ nne na-agbalụ nwa. As long as you understand this, then ama that we have been right all this while.